People are talking about the actors they thought were going to blow up, but ended up going nowhere, and TBH, I forgot about a lot of these actors. Published by BuzzFeed. Leighton Meester was not only drop-dead gorgeous but the best actor on Gossip Girl. Recently, Reddit user The Billiard asked the good people of R, movie critic, who's an actor you thought would blow up but ended up going nowhere. Here are their top voted opinions, which you may or may not agree with. 1. Claire Forlani. She was a victim of Harvey Weinstein. He squashed her career. Scooch_Ginalola. I was like 13 when Mallrats came out, and I had the hugest crush on her. I remember thinking, please, let me marry someone as pretty as her. I can report that 30 years later, I surely did. B. Williams 22. 2. Clive Owen. I thought Clive Owen was skyrocketing to superstardom, but then his career just plateaued. He just disappeared into a series of lesser-known projects. And then, out of the blue, I saw him promoting one mini-series a year, it seems. Unprogrammable_soda. 3. Mia Sara. When Ferris Bueller's Day Off came out, everybody was saying how Mia Sara, who played his girlfriend, was destined for stardom. I even remember Siskel and Ebert saying how she was going to be the next big thing. She had a few small roles but never blew up like many predicted. McReady 82. Apparently she didn't find acting enjoyable and wanted to focus on her family instead. So at least it seems to be a personal choice and not someone else keeping her down. Metul Kathmir. 4. Gemma Arterton. She was a lead in Clash of the Titans and Prince of Persia and was even a Bond girl, but her career just faded. Piping_hot_Tia. 5. Paula Patton. She had some solid roles, but after seeing her play Jane Carter in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, I genuinely expected her to start paving her way as a big-time actress. When she didn't return for the following M.I. film, things only started to go downhill, and I barely even hear about her anymore. The Billiard. 6. Michael Biehn. He really should have had more important roles than he did after his appearances in The Terminator and Aliens, but alcoholism held him back, I guess. New Rec 8947. He was rightly pissed with Alien 3 killing off his beloved character Corporal Dwayne Hicks off screen, but the studio heads still wanted to use his likeness, to which he basically said, hell nah, pay me. They did indeed pay him, quite a lot. Raiju_Blitz. 7. Aaron Eckhart. He was the second best actor in The Dark Knight after Heath Ledger emo. But after that, he has mostly done shitty action movies. Zesty Close Check. Thank You for Smoking was incredible. Jack_Wolf 7. Right? I thought he was gonna be huge after it. Wobetide 138. 8. Summer Glau. I thought she was amazing in Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, but since then, she's only had smaller roles. Miami Slice. 9. Tia Carrere. She was one of my first on-screen crushes when I was a kid watching Wayne's World. Then True Lies, but I don't remember her on anything else. TX0834. 10. Dacre Montgomery. He's still young, but I figured he'd be getting big roles by now. Hunter C1310. 11. Anson Mount. He is phenomenal as Captain Pike on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. Insert_reference here. 12. Sean William Scott. He could have been the first Ryan Reynolds, not sure what happened, but pretty sure it was his MTV Cribs that soured him on everyone. Smooth Room 21. 13. Olga Kurylenko. I rewatched Quantum of Solace recently and thought her performance was excellent. She had a great character and the movie was far better than I remembered too. Altruistic Brief 2220. 14. Lizzie Kaplan. I adored her in Mean Girls, and she was so good in Masters of Sex. Dr. Ani B20. 15. Michael Pitt. I always thought Michael Pitt was gonna be huge. This_FKN_guy_. 16. Taylor Kitsch. After John Carter, then Lone Survivor, I thought he was going to be in everything. Not My Passwordle. 17. Aaron Paul. Dude was remarkable in Breaking Bad and then did a couple of shitty movies because studios knew they'd make bank off his name, and now he's just kinda disappeared. Local Street Cat. 18. Matt Bomer. I went to high school with him. He's had a very successful career. I just thought Bomer would be an A-lister someday, like a Brad Pitt level star. Now he's doing voice work and maybe going back to TV. Supermac 34. 19. Leighton Meester. She was not only drop-dead gorgeous but the best actor on Gossip Girl. Sammy MVP Knight. She deserved the career that Blake Lively has. Walnut Butters. 20. Patrick Fugit. He was so good in Almost Famous and then just disappeared. Knit Bitch 007. 21. Alicia Vikander. I mean specifically after Ex Machina and her Oscar win the same year for The Danish Girl. Tomb Raider wasn't a big hit, and I completely forgot she was in Jason Bourne. From what I read, she started a family with Michael Fassbender and has done some more movies, but nothing huge. Wilk 95. 22. Sam Witwer. He needs more live-action roles. J. Nez. I've always wanted him in a live-action Star Wars role. He's really talented in the voice acting department and knows a ton about the lore. Bed Bump 81. 23. Wes Bentley. After American Beauty, I thought Wes Bentley would be a huge star, but drugs derailed his career. Wes did bounce back, but still. Art the Clown 2022. 24. Lily Sobieski. She wanted to raise her children, which is a very noble reason to quit the medium. King Cobra 1998. 25. Emile Hirsch. To say he's gone nowhere might be a little harsh, but early on with movies like The Girl Next Door, Alpha Dog, and Into the Wild, I thought he was gonna end up being pretty big. Charlie Wax 85. He assaulted a producer. Super Sparkles. 26. Michael Shannon. I'm shocked Michael Shannon hasn't blown up in a big way. I feel like he was on his way, and then chose Zod in the Snyderverse, which didn't pan out. I think he's an amazing actor, though, and will keep getting work into his golden years. RITPDX. One of my favorite actors. Always look forward to his movies. Thought it was great when he watched the Oscars from a dive bar instead of attending. Bumblebee Usual 1118. 27. Eric Bana. 20 years ago he was skyrocketing with Black Hawk Down and Troy. But unfortunately, he never became that A-list actor he should have been. Bronson 1968. He's an icon to Australians. His comedy work before Black Hawk Down was some of the best in this country. If you wanna laugh, look up Poita on YouTube. The man is a legend. Airbag Failure. 28. Skeet Ulrich. I was always surprised he didn't have a big-time career. He always gave a top-grade performance in his younger years. I think his resemblance to Johnny Depp hurt him in the long run. The studio executives figured as he got older, his appeal would fade away. FAR abbreviations 4418. 29. Joel Kinnaman. After watching The Killing, I was surprised that he pivoted into action roles. He seems better suited for drama. None. 30. Moon Bloodgood. Always thought Moon Bloodgood was headed for stardom. Her name alone seemed destined for greatness. Old Grey Tomahawk. Love her in Code Black. Great chemistry with Rob Lowe. OK Reputation 8379. 31. Haley Joel Osment. I'm still holding out for Haley. He absolutely stole the show in everything he was in as a kid. I can see he does a lot of voice acting, but I wish he could somehow get a really solid role in something sneaky good in film festivals or something to give him a chance at a resurgence. C. Mingle 90. 32. Charlie Hunnam. He's definitely still around, but his last good movie was in 2019, and it looks like he's going back to television roles with no current or upcoming movies coming out for him. So I'd say he didn't blow up as a movie star like myself predicted after Sons of Anarchy. McGruber 204. 33. Joey Lauren Adams. You know, weirdly, it was decades before I realized that Chasing Amy didn't star Renee Zellweger. Alclis. Man, was she good in Chasing Amy. Honestly, I thought she'd blow up after Big Daddy, but she never seemed to push past supporting roles. Great voice and smile. JT 91331. 34. Tessa Thompson. She seemed to be on the verge a few years ago and now? Nothing. CDN Gamer Gal. She's done some good indie stuff, but I think Men in Black International seriously hurt her career as a lead. Stripe Gremlin. 35. Finally, Karl Urban. I thought Karl was going to be the next big thing in action movies, but it just didn't happen. I'm not that duder. Karl has had some great roles, such as Lord of the Rings, Star Trek, The Boys, and Judge Dredd. I wouldn't call him huge by any stretch, but still successful.